Welcome to part 3 of this 1979 P200 revival. One quick note before we start. If you're familiar with the original American Scooter episodes, you're going to see a couple of familiar faces.
Mamma mia, guardala che bella che è! Mamma mia, è stupenda! È stupenda! Hai visto, Marco? Eh sì.
If you're not familiar with what you just saw, you're probably thinking, well, what is this guy talking about? Go down to the bottom of the page and you're going to see playlists, and there's a playlist for the original American Scooter, which is on a different YouTube channel, which is actually our Scooter Club's YouTube channel. But there's 5 of them and they're all linked right there. Check them out because it's a cool little time capsule. You get to see me with some more hair or less beard and thinner. It's a fun watch. Check it out. So unfortunately, sometimes when I'm ordering parts from SIP, even though I think I'm doing my due diligence to properly read the descriptions and make sure that I'm getting the right thing, sometimes you still make mistakes. I mean, the website is natively German and I don't speak German. And somehow I bought this wiring harness, which has this giant plastic gray plug thing on it, and I realized, what did I get? And I bought wiring loom for Vespa P200 200E Lusso without battery, 4X indicator without horn rectifier, grade A, perfect repair. I have to go back and look at the actual order on the website and see if this is the thing. It probably is the thing that I ordered. This is for a PX, not a P. It is without the battery, which I want. It has the 4 turn signals, but it's got this big plug. So, not really that big of a deal. It's too expensive to ship it back to Germany, and with COVID, it takes way too much time to get stuff. So, instead of just ordering another harness that's correct, I'm just going to use this, I think, and make it work. Yeah. My wrong wiring harness came with a diagram, so there shouldn't really be a whole lot of differences, I think, outside of this guy. Let's see, that's the 2 turn signals on the inside of the body. What is this? I don't think that's the brake. This is. That's the brake. It's this guy. So this is... that probably goes to the voltage regulator. This goes to the engine. Wait a minute. This is the tail light. Yeah. Hey. Sort of. What's he bringing?
I got like your things that you asked last time.
Oh, that's
yeah.
It appears I've purchased the incorrect wiring harness. So I'm trying to figure out this. Trying to figure out what everything is. Because I can get another one, but it'll take probably 3 weeks to show up. I could probably order one from inside the States. I'll have to look around. Or just make this work.
I mean, you are the electric guy. You understand these things, I cannot help you.
Well, I suppose since I can't return this, it doesn't matter if I cut it apart. So I really don't have much of a choice. I mean, I could buy another one and spend the 40-50 bucks, whatever it is, or just use this. I'll have to cut this off to pull it through the body, and I'll have to run wires from the top of the headset down for the kill wire. Should be that guy. And distribution of power. check a few things out real quick. Alright, should be this. Yep. And what's this guy? Nope, nope. Okay, good. Anything else green? What's green and white? Nothing there. Okay, that's definitely the kill wire. Let's just make sure that corresponds with this. It does. It does not correspond. Does not. Which I think this is the brake light switch, rear brake switch. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so that's power for the brake light switch, which means this also powers a secondary something or other. Where does gray go? Here they've got yellow and black, gray and red married together. And we're going to make some notes. Red first with gray first with green and white is on the same plug as red, which means that was power. This doesn't make sense to be the horn. It's not in the right position. It's on the back end of the harness. What else is on the back end of the bike? 3 wires. Power going to it. Ground. This white-black is power coming back up. And power coming back up, no, it's in its own spot. Right. I think I've got a kind of a road map. Alright, I finally figured out what this guy is for. This green and white, white and black. This is for a fuel sending unit, which we don't have and we're not going to run. So I'm just not going to use it. But I can use the ground because for some reason the turn signals in the body would normally have a ground connected to their to the little cowl hook, and for some reason that doesn't exist on this harness. So I'm going to use this to tie into that. All right. I've got the wiring harness all run through. We've got our BGM voltage regulator, AC turn flasher. Everything's all hooked up. Still have to run the wiring for the taillight. I got to get this plate off so I can pull it through the hole. Here's our engine side harness. And so your black and blue coming off the stator, our green kill wire. I've got our lines run inside the glove box for the 2 turn signals, and I've already connected the turn signals for the left and right side for the cowls. Ground is all set up. And what I did was I cut that big plastic plug off. Here I've married red and blue together. So this is the blue coming from the stator, hits the red wire. That comes back over here, goes into the voltage regulator, comes back out as the yellow wire. This big fat yellow wire right here connects to this yellow and black and this gray, which then feed back over here. Yellow and black right here is going to be the taillight. Ooh, Here comes Cafe.
The Vespa. See you later, Vespa.
You hit the...
Oh, shit.
Oh. They need to come, they have to, no, they go through right here. They have to go through that. There we go. There it is. All right, so that guy has to go underneath. That's gonna come. That's gonna go where the brake cable is. So it's gotta get underneath. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta find the rear brake cable there, which is closer to you. Here, I pushed the other. Is the cable sticking through the hole? Through the rubber? Just grab onto the.
There you go. It's on this.
Is it through? Get the whole thing? Okay.
Same hole, right? Same hole for rear
That the rear brake comes through? Yes. Okay. Next is the throttle cable.
This one comes
Whoop. I'm just coming up the bottom here.
on the side. That was a good one.
That was way too easy.
Yes. Was it hiding on the side?
Oh yeah.
This one.
So this is going to kind of come, this should come through here. So first you got to set the cable outer sleeve, right? And see how you get this neoprene plug right here. There's one that's underneath that you can't see. It's actually over here.
Yeah.
So we're going to route it through this hole and then seat it into the neoprene plug.
Over here.
Then we have to thread the cable back through the sleeve.
Otherwise it's not going to fit.
So this is, yeah, this sucks. This is just hard.
Try to get just push it.
Yeah.
Like that. There you go.
There we go. You can see it right here. So you see right here, you want to come out this hole. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide the outer jacket up, and let me know when you see that silver piece.
Heard.
Huh?
Yeah. All right.
See it there?
A little down.
So hold on.
There you go.
All right, so I'm actually gonna come up a little bit. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push the cable inner. You see the cable coming out? Let me know when you see the cable coming out.
There you go, coming out.
Okay, so then, so you want to see if you can pull that cable towards you.
Yeah, pull it back up a little bit.
Okay.
There you go. Come in. It's out.
So now, basically grab onto the cable, and then we gotta kind of.
There you go.
There. So go ahead and feed that through the hole, right? Hold on. Like that. Keep that going. Uh-oh. Way. So the hard part about doing this is getting that little nipple seated.
Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. There it is. That's it. Right here. So the throttle has to go, I think. And the throttle's missing its little neoprene thing. Oh, here it is.
Okay.
So the way to do this is we've got to feed it in there, and then you slide the cable through the slot, and shove it into the hole. Yeah. So this is like a little compound move we got to do.
It's coming through.
So now we have to seat it in the neoprene.
Just pull it down a little bit.
Yeah, so get it to seat in there.
Push. There you go.
Got it?
Got it. And it's in.
Okay. All right, we made a ton of progress today. And with Marco's help, I was able to get all the wiring basically almost 90% done, get all the cables laid in. Now all that's really left to do is get this motor running. I'll put it in the stand, get it all dialed in, and then basically final installation, get it all put together, and take it for a ride. But this day is kind of over, and we're about to make some carbonara. So I got some more Italian things to do other than working on a Vespa. So originally I thought in this episode I'd be getting this thing all done and we'd be riding it with Marco here visiting, and clearly that didn't happen. One thing though is Marco helped us get super farther along. I could have cut out a lot of stuff about figuring out how to use the wiring harness, and I could have shortened the part about running all the cables and so on, but I actually wanted to leave that stuff in because I think it's kind of important, especially when you're working on these old scooters. You know, an old Vespa can be reworked over and over again. Essentially, they can literally almost be infinite. There are so many parts available and so much stuff out there to keep them going. It's actually super common to always get things that don't actually quite match up. So there's a lot of work that goes into getting everything to fit properly and getting everything to work. So I wanted that to be part of it. But that means there's also going to be a fourth episode for this scooter. So The next time we see each other, I'm going to be getting that engine running. I'm going to get it put into this bike, and we're going to be riding it. So make sure that you hit like and subscribe, and keep an eye out for future episodes.
Mamma mia, è stupenda.